People out in West
yeah,
Texas,
tell you,
and we'd love to have y'all out.
I don't know how I
Yeah,
never.
that'd be really cool. We just gotta set up, we're gonna have them fly in for 4 days next month, so.
Cool.
As long as my 15-year-old can get ABs,
But
in the first 6 weeks, I'll start teaching him how to fly, start
Really?
teaching my 14-year-old how to fly. We're just gonna get it rolling. I have to sell the Mooney and just get a 172, but you can't go wrong with 172. No. We're quite a bit. Does Shanklin still have that 182? Creighton has 182. Shanklin has a 175.
He has a 175, okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna do stupid. And the other thing.
Oh, man.
Creighton is 182. Shanklin is 175.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I don't know what, because when I started it didn't give me that same,
Yeah.
Bill, you're right on time,
Everybody's early.
right on time.
Yeah, did you break that up?
Yeah, every minute.
Yeah.
That's early. I mean, it's 4 day time.
Chad, so that you know.
Find my. Nice shirt. You read on something.
I didn't even try.
Been by there.
Wait, is that supposed to be what we're trying to do?
I didn't have any Zoom meetings for work today, so I wasn't dressing up.
Leroy's gonna try.
Yeah. 0.0.
Oh, nice.
All right.
What's this?
That is the ordinance that if we want to get into that about the ordinance change that made the sand variance and everything not.
That thing again.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This was one of those that was on the agenda,
Let's see.
but wasn't anybody.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Thing I'm
confused
still
on.
1 minute.
We get that out, like, kind of amazing that everything's so early and here and it's nice.
You give us a month off, this is what happens.
I know.
Council meeting tonight, right behind us?
They swapped it to the 22nd. Originally, it was going to be, our meeting was gonna be on the 22nd right before it, but due to some scheduling things and how we wanted other things to progress, it made sense to hold this meeting early.
Call to order the City of Port Aransas Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. That's not right, that's minutes. August 15th, 2024 at 3 p.m. Citizen comments and reports. At this time, comments will be taken from the audience on any subject matter. Please limit comments to 3 minutes in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. The Planning and Zoning Commission may not discuss or take action on any item that has not been posted on the agenda. And number 3, discuss and take appropriate action on minutes from the April 25th, 2024 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting.
Those were the minutes that were in front of you guys at each of those there.
Once I tried to read, start with.
So we might change some formatting issues because we don't usually do closed executive sessions and there was one here. We don't have the same formatting built into the program, so we might change just the formatting of the minutes, but none of the
Content.
substance will change at all. So I just want to note that note. In case you go look at minutes in the future and they look different than what you approved.
All right. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Chad Schmidt,
Yes. Oh, wait, I need to abstain. I'm sorry, I wasn't there.
all right, Stephen Wilson,
Yes.
Nick Barrett,
Yes.
Mike Dan,
Yes.
William Streeter,
Yes.
Richard Kate,
Yes.
Craig Scott.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 3.2, discuss and take appropriate action on minutes from June 27th, 2024 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting.
That was our 6-minute
meeting.
Yeah.
Was it very?
Yeah, that was where you got taken to school, I think. Okay.
You won. Can I invite a motion with that?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from June 27, 2024, item 3.2.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, Craig Scott,
This is one. Here.
Abstain? Richard Kate,
Yes.
William Streeter,
Abstain.
Mike Dayan,
Yes.
Nick Lorette,
Yes.
Stephen Wilson,
Was not here, so abstain.
and Chad Schmidt.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 3.3, discuss and take action on PPLT and FPLT 24-000356. Final plat for Moore Harkin Cud, applicant Greg Moore and Athena Harkin Moore, property location 3400 block of 11th Street.
So we'll start this one off by drawing your attention to the sheets that were up on the front. So this is the ordinance change. After a couple of developers came in to talk to us about moving forward their development and the two variance requests that we got. City staff took it to council and council agreed that we probably should make some adjustments to the ordinance change that happened in 2021 to kind of take care of these half-developed properties, for lack of a better term. So these properties that were somewhat developed, that have some kind of approval rating on them, were worked into these amendments. So if you read through those amendments, you probably will recognize that some of them were written specifically for some of the instances that we saw.
Yeah.
And some of them were written for the instances that the other developers came forward with. So over the last several months, we've written that, taken that back to council. Council actually approved this on third reading on Monday.
Oh.
Which is why we wanted this meeting to move forward so
Sure.
that everybody could bring their plats, the council could approve those plats after your approval of this meeting next week.
Awesome.
So other than that, nothing about the submission has changed. This is the same one that you guys looked at back in April. The one that we went into closed executive session on, that you found that they didn't have a hardship and so we couldn't approve a variance. As much as we kind of saw the necessity for, you know, what they were doing, that it really wasn't changing anything. And so that's all that staff has. So staff,
So Hanson comment doesn't have any value right now?
correct,
Okay.
correct, right. We didn't want to send it for re-review because it's not
Right.
really changing
Yeah.
anything.
Got it.
And now that the ordinance has changed, their
We can,
comments,
yeah.
don't mean anything.
Did I see something where the road was going to be moved to the south side of the property?
They're just gonna flip
They're
it
gonna
here.
flip the
uh,
whole thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Topography.
So
works
what we
better.
see right here is not what's going to be.
There's another one.
There's another one?
Yeah,
Keep turning.
right here. Yeah, right. It's the C.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's already a wall in place on that north
You know,
side,
wall,
the south side of the property to the north of them. And so now they're just pretty much will fill up to that wall. I'm guessing and just get buried.
So, utilities all set approval. 5 p.m. Sorry, city engineers reviewed and approved their variance comments that has no bearing anymore. City staff also recommends approval.
All right, well. I move to make a motion to approve PPLT and FPLT 24-000536, final plat for Moore Harkin, CUD.
Second.
All right, Nick Lorette,
Yes.
Mike Dayan,
Yes.
Richard Kate, Yes. William Straber,
Yes.
Stephen Wilson,
Yes.
Craig Scott,
Yes.
Chad Schmidt.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 3.4, discuss and take appropriate action on FPLT 24-000538, plat of Sand Hill subdivision blocks 1, lots 1R and 2R, applicant Cartographic Industries LLC and PGC's Beach Break RV Park LLC and Sand Hill Townhomes HOA, property location 732 Sandcastle Drive and 1833 South 11th Street.
So this is almost the exact same situation, just with a different plat. They came to you guys with a variance back in April. That was denied. The ordinance changes now allow their plat to be approved, you know, straight out of our ordinances with no variance request. This was not sent back to the city engineer because nothing was really changed. There were some additional easements that were added. And so we did send that to the water department because they were the only ones that kind of had any jurisdiction over that. The water department reapproved and city staff recommends approval.
You're good. I'll turn it off.
Make a motion to approve item 3.4 FPLT 24-000538, plat of Sand Hill subdivision.
Second. Craig Scott,
Yes.
Richard K.
Yes.
William Straber,
Yes.
Mike Dayon,
Yes.
Nick Larett,
Yes.
Stephen Wilson,
Yes.
Chad Schmidt,
Yes.
motion carries.
Item 3.5, discuss and take action on PPLT and FPLT 24-000879, final plat for Seahawk Edition, Block 1, lots L and K, applicant Triple J Escapes, property location 3300 of On the Beach.
So this one is the new one in the packet, although a couple of months ago, you guys saw this in your packet that I pulled it, so some of it might be familiar to you. Originally, and fun side note, it's property owned by Joseph Cabela that owns Cabela's. Not that that has any bearing, but it's a fun fact. He owns several other lots in the Seahawk subdivision, and he purchased all of the lots at the end where that private access road dead end. Those lots were kind of a strange mix of size and length and everything. Originally, he wanted to come and kind of subdivide it into several lots there because we have an overlay zone on beach access properties that get their access only from the beach. We don't allow any subdivision. So instead of subdividing, he added some of those lots together and just reconfigured. For the plot that you see here with you, he is working through getting water and sewer access. He's working with the water department and with adjacent property owners to get that, which is a bonus because everybody there in the subdivision can utilize that, which will be nice. So he's not gonna have to go through any septic or well issues. So he should be okay to develop those properties. We had a lot of back and forth over several months with engineers. We've gotten to an approval letter that I think you guys have a copy of in front of you. Conditional approval on making a couple of really minor corrections to the preliminary plat, which again, we'll see again with the civil plans. So I'm not too worried about any of the comments that they had mentioned there. Utilities all approved. The water district is going to review their civil plans to make sure that all the easements are in place that are going to be required for that water and sewer access, and just to make sure that everything works for that.
Help me out on that because like there's been a couple days of this, it's gotten improved and improved, but when I look at the preliminary plat, it's not, you're supposed to, I know we're not doing the drainage here, but it's supposed to have a rudimentary drainage plan that could at least, using common sense, make sense.
Sure.
And the way they've got the drainage right now, on one side of the property, they've got the drainage going to the back of the property where they say it's going to go into a swale, then it's going to flow to the beach. And in order to do that, they would need the GLO to let them run that swale through their property due to the topography. And then the other direction that doesn't make much sense. And then the fact that it's mentioned over and over here that there's not, they're trying to run this easement through private property.
Which typically is not allowed, but the water department appreciates getting people off of septic and onto water service.
Sure.
And so I think in this situation, they made that acceptable.
But do we have anything that notes that says, I guess what I'm just wondering is it says, okay, we're going to go this way. They're coming through somebody else's property, but we have nothing that says that property owner is going to allow that to
So
happen.
I would make that a condition of any.
Okay,
type
so
of
any
approval.
motion to approve has to have.
Because that's the one that just kept coming up. I was making all kinds of notes when I was reading it last night, and then I noticed they fixed more stuff, and then that one is still a condition. In the GLO part, it goes up before it comes back down. So they're going to have to get a dune permit on the GLO property that's not our problem, but it's at the same time, they're taking a drainage easement through something that we don't have any idea is going to be allowed.
Right.
Fine.
But unfortunately, it's hard for them to move forward with June permitting and all of that without having a plat ahead of time too. You never know kind of.
Exact same thing. It's gotta be approved anyway, later, not now, the drainage.
Oh, I know. It's
But why do we bring that up? I'm not
because
being
there's a
contentious, but-
preliminary plat here.
Well, I'm aware of that, but they're never the same when we finally get an engineer involved.
I understand. It just says in the preliminary plat, there should be a rudimentary drainage plan that seems somewhat, has to be somewhat reasonable. You're not going to drain from 10 feet up to 20 feet. That's not reasonable. Obviously, there's a lot that you have to do here, but it just, that part seems like it's lacking.
You sure it's not a holding situation?
Well, no, they say that, I mean, it says in the script, they're gonna go through a swale and go to the beach.
That's so abusive, it won't happen, so.
I can't
That's what I'm
imagine,
saying.
yeah, I can't
So,
imagine
Case
that.
in point of why I bring this up.
It's got
Is the fact
professionals out there, they'll catch you.
And that's why I brought it up, because it just doesn't make sense that the GLO is just gonna let them run through there, but.
I mean, it's hard to say what the GLO will and will not allow. I tend to agree with you that this drainage plan is probably not gonna be the ultimate drainage plan at the end. I think we're gonna have a very different drainage plan when the civil plans come through.
I'd rattle it, but I won't, it's got too many conditions in it, so somebody younger and smarter.
Well,
We've got the two conditions, letter F and G, and then we've got Chad's concern. I think are the three conditions that you want to put in there. Required, recommended, not recommended, contingent upon. But what are we contingenting on what are we verbalizing? How do we?
Reading the word, proposed general plan for stormwater drainage sufficiently detailed to indicate the location of drainage ditches or structures and the direction of flow in conformity with the city of Port Aransas current drainage master plan. Let's do it.
Hello, Stephen Grunwald, Urban Engineering. We reviewed this on behalf of the city. The drainage master plan shows all that area going to the beach. And they've highlighted some low points through the dunes that conceivably could convey that runoff to the beach. So I mean, it's matches just the drainage plan as far as direction, and conceivably they could take advantage of some existing low areas. I don't know if the GLO is going to let them cut a swale through the area. They did include a dune permit attachment as part of their submittal, but we basically said, you know, until you submit the actual dune permit, we're not approving any kind of dune permitting actions. They don't have to be a separate submittal, which it normally is. So we'll just have to see what the GLO says when they come up with a formal plan and so apply for their dune permit.
Yeah, we saw the dune permit too. It has no bearing on
Yeah,
this.
none.
What you guys noted, it has no bearing at this point.
So conceptually, I mean, it works, it meets the master drainage plan, but there will have to be formal plans submitted with the improvements for the subdivision that details all that out.
Spaghetti on the fridge. It's spaghetti on the fridge.
So really, I mean, even the drainage part of it, I guess they did their part and storm sufficiently detailed. Okay, but you know, the easements, I think would need, I mean, that's just my opinion. I think the easements would at least need to be conditional, them showing that they really do have an easement through somebody else's property.
I agree
We
with
kind of came to the resolution, well, if you just get a letter from the property owner saying they're going to grant it, and they basically said pending, so that's why I made it conditional approval on getting either something from the property owner saying they're going to grant it or prepare the actual easements themselves.
And I guess the applicant's not here.
They are not. No, they told me this morning they were gonna be here. So.
I mean, council would just have to decide whether to approve it or not if they can't produce a letter in a week.
We'll push to have that letter in.
Well, it clearly states right here, number 3, that it's
Huh?
contingent, contingent upon that,
Yeah,
that letter, so.
Right.
I feel like council.
With this one.
Yeah.
Get that.
so if you just make it part of the approval, that is a condition of
Yeah.
approval by council, then.
Unfortunately, we've had a history of giving conditional approvals that don't end up working out, and then I get in trouble later, so.
I promise you won't get in trouble for this.
Okay.
This helps.
Take it, Richard. You can do it.
All right, I make a motion to approve PPLT and FPLT 24-00879. This approval is contingent upon the items listed in the urban engineering letter dated August 14th, 2024, as conditions of approval. What else?
Items 1, F and G.
Do we need anything about your drainage?
It's not gonna work, but I'm not a hydrologist, right? So I'm not the one
Yes.
to make that statement.
That's correct.
So I look at it and I say it doesn't work, but at the same time, I'm not the person who's gonna make that ultimate decision.
All
I
right,
second.
all right.
My last second.
All right, Stephen
So,
Wilson,
Yes.
Nick Laretz.
Yes.
Mike Dayon,
Yes.
Should have said no.
Richard Kate,
Yes,
Craig Scott,
Yes.
William Straber. And Chad Schmidt.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Expecting that to be a longer meeting.
Item 4, Planning and Zoning Commission comments and items for future consideration.
I don't have anything except to tell you that this is Craig Scott's last P and Z meeting. And it is also Nick Larette's last P and Z meeting. So it is the end of an era there.
It's your last one?
It is.
So.
20 years?
something
I'm
like that.
20, you're 10, aren't you?
With
He
a little
came
break.
back, he came back,
A little break in
he
there.
came back twice upon emergency request, which was cool. I just
So
glad
I
for
just-
punishment.
I want to tell you both that the city definitely fully appreciates
Oh, we
your
enjoy it.
service to us
Thank you.
and still see. you.
I'll come
We won't
visit.
make you
I'll watch from out there now.
come. Well,
I certainly appreciate all the help of it.
Oh, you bet. I'm glad you're where you are, right there.
It's in good shape right now.
Yeah.
We're doing good, moving forward. We've got.
And this is
good
a
applicants.
dang good group, man, but
Yeah.
including who's coming in? Christie and,
So there's 5 applicants
I
for
didn't
the
know.
4 spots.
Okay.
Okay.
But those spots include Mike and Chad's spot.
I got you.
So we've got 3 applicants to fill the other 2 spots, and all 3 are ladies. So you'll be joined by at least 2 other ladies.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, you're gonna need better shirts.
I know. Guess I'll put them all on next time.
That was good. Anything else?
No, that's all we've got.
That I will call to adjourn the City of Port Aransas Planning and Zoning Commission meeting Thursday, August 15th, 2024 at 3:19 p.m.
Not too bad.
3 times as long as Mike's last meeting.
I know. But you did 3 times as much.
Oh, we're not counting that.
Try to beat it again next time.
Crowd here, you know?
Nick, I was just reading this, that whole thing.
Oh, it's horrible.
And I was like, this is just.
No, it's stupid, but it's okay. Hey, I'll see you somewhere.
You bet.
Oh, you bet.
Oh, I'm glad.
So we can get this worked out.
Yeah.